Okay, we're back with the next video, and in this video we're going to talk about adjusting various internal settings within AutoScaler so that you can get it to perform the functions and tasks that you want it to do. And this is pretty much completely customizable. There's only a couple of things that are here that you really don't want to mess with, and we're going to start with one of those right off the bat. The first option that you have here that you can change is recognized comment. The comment here is SY, like Sam yesterday. Don't change that. Leave it alone. Those two letters are built in to the system. They're the trigger that starts AutoScaler when you take a trade, and we'll go into that in detail in another video. So for now, just don't touch that. Leave recognized comment alone. The next line is num trade. This is the number of trades, number of pending trades that you can place using AutoScaler. The default is set to 5. You can place anywhere from 1 to 10 trades, and you can adjust that simply by double-clicking in the box. And once the number is highlighted, you can type in, whatever number you like. For the X pips between trade, this is the number of pips, or the number of pips that would be between each pending trade. So if you wanted to scale in every 10 pips, you would leave it at 10. If you wanted to scale in at every 25 pips, you would double click on it and change that to 25. If you wanted to put in going every 3 pips, you change it to 3. You can change it to whatever number you like. There's no real limit here. Although I will tell you that the closer you get to 0, the harder it may be, to get the to get in where you want to get in, because price can move while you're setting, adjusting the settings, and you might have some difficulty. I would stay no lower than 3, personally. Just you should be enough. That should be safe. Statement color is yellow. What this means is when the AutoScaler is loaded onto a chart, you will see a phrase in the upper left-hand corner that says "delete me to close all trades," and there is a process you can use to delete that phrase from the chart. And that will automatically close all of your trades, the pending trades and the open trades. And that phrase appears in yellow. If you want to change that to a different color, if you're using yellow background, obviously putting script on there or letters in there in the color of yellow is not going to help you, so you need to change that. But if you really don't care, if you're using a black background, you can just leave it at yellow. It's fine. The next setting that would be here, magic number. Every EA has their own magic number. That's this one. Leave it alone. Don't mess with it. Enable ECN broker. We actually misspelled enable. I noticed that this morning when we were getting ready to start making these videos. So yes, we're aware of that. Thank you. If you have a true ECN broker, you want to change it from false to true, and you do that by double clicking. A little arrow in the box appears. You can change that to true. If you do not have an ECN broker, if you just have a standard, bucket shop broker, these guys are probably taking half the trades against you, then leave it alone. Leave it at false. And the reason for this is with ECN brokers, they have to process the original trade first before you can start setting the stops and limits. And the system, the EA is built to deal with that. So if you do have a ECN broker, you do need to change that. Enable 5-digit. If your broker offers a 5-digit price feed, then you definitely want to change that from false to true, because you could end up getting some radically different trades than what you're expecting if you don't adjust to meet the feed offered by your broker. If you're not sure about your broker and what kind of feed they offer, open a Euro USD chart, look at the price. There's should be a 1 at decimal point, and then a series of numbers to the right of the decimal point. If there are 5 digits to the right of the decimal point, you have a 5-digit broker, and you would change this from false to true. If there are 4 digits, leave it at false. Enable TP following, and actually enable SL at stop loss, and the other one is take profit. Enable take profit following or enable stop loss following. Both of these functions work exactly the same, so I'll talk about them as a group. If you turn them from false to true, what this will do is, after you place the manual trade that gets you started in AutoScaler, you can go back in and you can adjust for stop loss and take profit prices. If you have turned either or both of these from false to true, when you set a stop loss and or a take profit price, AutoScaler will automatically set that same stop loss and the same take profit price on all of your pending trades, whether they have executed and are now open trades or whether they are still sitting there as pending trades. And the reason we do that is if you saw some of the material that we put together promoting AutoScaler, you usually have a place where you're getting out, and you're scaling in to the trade, as the trade progresses and gets more and more in your favor. And if you're getting in expecting a 40 pip trade and your last trade gets in with maybe 10 pips to go before you hit that 40 pip target, you may not be thinking that it's going to go an additional 30 pips beyond. So you don't want a stop loss or a take profit price that's going to be out there 40 pips. You want it to exit that trade as soon as your original trade gets to 40. Well, this does that for you. It moves all the prices to the same price point that you set for your take profit and stop loss as well. And you don't have to worry about manually adjusting each and every one of those numbers yourself, which can take a long time. And if price is moving quickly, you can find yourself in a world of hurt if you can't get that done very fast. Take profit pips. Here's where you can set your initial take profit price. If you're looking at a 20 pip trade, leave it at 20. If you think you're looking at a 40 pip trade, change it to 40. If you want to trade with kind of let's say a lot of flexibility, change it to a larger number. Put it out there at 75 or put it at 100, and you can always go back in and adjust the manual trade if you have turned on the take profit following and the stop loss following. You can adjust that with the manual trade later and move it down or up or whatever. And in case of like trading gold, when price is moving fast and you're moving 5 and 10 pips at a time every minute or so, it's probably better to have a stop loss or rather a take profit price that's set way out in the distance because it gives you a little more flexibility to capture more pips that way. And the same thing for stop loss. If you set it too close, obviously you're going to get taken out before the trade goes anywhere. If you set it too far out, you're putting too much at risk on a trade. 25, I've always just left it there. That's been my default, and I've left it there the whole time. And if I want to change that, I just enable the stop loss following it true, and then I just put in a new stop loss once the trade gets moving in my direction. And we move all of them up to a break-even point or close to a break-even point, and then it becomes a free trade. Trailing stop enable, it's at false. If you turn that on to true, it will create a trailing stop for you. And if you do turn that on, trailing stop pips, you would adjust that number to indicate how many pips you want the price to travel before the trailing stop turns on. So if you're in a trade, in this case the default is 10, you're in a trade, the price has moved 10 pips in your favor. If trailing stop is turned on at true, the trailing stop would then activate, and it would follow at this point 25 pips behind your trade and go as far as obviously price would allow it to go. Slippage, we have it set at 5. That's in the case you get into a rather fast moving market. You're still able to get into most or all of your trades that way. I have not been slipped so far using this. I've been using this for about 2 to 3 months in beta testing it. And so I haven't really run across a trade yet where I'm really getting hammered in terms of fast moving prices. And so I seem to get in pretty much where I want to get in. But you do want to have account for a little bit of slippage so you don't get shut out of a trade entirely. I have it set at 5. You can set it at whatever figure you want, but I just recommend you leave it at 5. So that's it. That's all there is to adjusting the settings within AutoScaler. That's what they all mean and what they all do. So you're free to get in there and play around. You can't really hurt it. So feel free to change whatever you want. Run any set of combination of numbers and activations that you want, and until you find one that really works well for you. We'll see you in the next video.